The story begins with a young girl named Lynn, a quiet, brilliant student whose intelligence feels almost unreal to the people around her. Her father notices her talent more than anyone else, and he worries constantly about giving her the best possible future. He wants her to study in a better school, a place where her genius won't be wasted, so he takes her to a prestigious institution, hoping she can be admitted. But when they meet the principal, they're told something that crushes both of them. The school fees are far too expensive for a family like theirs. Her father tries to remain calm, but the truth is written on his face. They simply cannot afford it. However, during the conversation, the principal becomes fascinated with the way Lynn speaks, the way she calculates numbers without hesitation, and the way her brain works faster than most grown adults. Impressed, the principal decides to enroll her with no tuition fees, and suddenly, Lynn's life changes in one moment. Once she joins the school, Lynn quickly becomes friends with a new girl who isn't as gifted academically, but she tries hard. Lynn helps her often, especially with math, simplifying every problem in a way only a true genius can. When exams finally come, Lynn keeps answering every question like it's nothing, but she can't stop worrying about Grace. So she decides to help her. She writes the right answers on an eraser, slips off her shoe, and drops the eraser inside. Then she kicks the shoe over to Grace. Grace kicks her own shoe back, but she kicks it too hard that it lands in the middle of the classroom. Luckily, Lynn reacts fast. She stands up and casually steps on the shoe to hide it while returning answer paper. Grace reads the answers and ends up passing the test. They celebrate together, unaware that this small moment is the beginning of something much bigger. Later, Lynn attends a party arranged by one of her classmates. There, she overhears something that shocks her. She learns that even though she received a scholarship, her father still had to pay a large fund amount. Confused and upset, she rushes home and checks the fee slip. The number hits her like a punch. 200,000 baht, that's equals $6,000 plus, paid secretly by her father. Lynn breaks down in tears, asking him why he put himself under such a heavy burden. But her father simply smiles and tells her that nothing matters more to him than her future. Just focus on your studies, he says softly. That night, as she remembers her late mother's birthday, Lynn plays the piano alone, the music mixing with her sadness. She misses the warmth of a mother, the comfort she never gets anymore. And in that emotional silence, an idea sparks inside her mind. Her classmates struggle in exams. They fail often, while she succeeds without effort. She wonders, why not help them? Why not earn something from her intelligence, especially now that she knows her father sacrificed so much? The next day, she gathers a group of students and teaches them a secret method. Just as her fingers move smoothly across the piano keys, she shows them how each finger movement will represent an answer. A certain tap means A, another movement means B, and the others stand for C and D. Everyone memorizes the pattern, and during the exams, Lynn uses her hands to signal the answers. It works flawlessly. The entire class starts scoring high, and for the first time in the school's history, their class ranks at the top. Lynn becomes the center of attention, the silent hero behind their success. Another brilliant student named Bank takes second place, right behind her. Together, they are selected to represent their school in the Teen Genius competition, and they win it with ease. The principal is amazed. She praises both of them, saying they've made the school proud. Then she gives them an opportunity that could change their lives, but only one of them can go. One scholarship, one ticket to study in Singapore. The choice feels impossible. But this moment also exposes something important. Bank's family is poor, and his life is filled with struggle. He wants the scholarship desperately, not for pride, but to lift his family out of hardship. Yet everything changes when a careless student mentions something he shouldn't have. He tells Bank that Lynn helps others cheat during exams. Bank freezes. He doesn't like dishonesty. And when he sees Lynn signaling answers once again during the next exam, something inside him snaps. He stands up and quietly reports her to the supervisor. After the exam ends, everyone steps out of the hall, unaware of the storm that is about to hit Lynn's life. Moments later, the principal calls her into the office, and the moment Lynn walks in, her heart sinks. Bank is already there. He filed the complaint. The principal looks at Lynn with disappointment and asks her directly if she has been helping students cheat. Lynn freezes, unable to explain herself. And then her father is called in, completely shocked to hear that his daughter, whom he always believed in, is now accused of dishonesty. The principal speaks harshly, blaming Lynn, questioning her values, even implying that her father wasted his efforts by putting her in this school. Hearing her father being insulted crushes Lynn. She finally breaks and shouts back at the principal, telling her to speak to her directly instead of humiliating her father. But her outburst costs her everything. The chance to study in Singapore disappears instantly. The principal decides not to expel her, but she places a strict condition. Lynn can continue studying at the school, but she will receive no credit, no recognition, and she will never be nominated for any future opportunities. Lynn accepts silently and walks out, hurt, frustrated, and disappointed in herself. When she gets home, Her father scolds her, not because she cheated, but because he can't understand why she risked so much after he sacrificed everything for her. While Lynn is drowning in guilt and confusion, she gets a call from her friend asking her to meet at a hotel. When Lynn arrives, she finds her friend's father waiting as well. He explains that his son needs to pass an important international exam, and they want Lynn to help him cheat, offering her 600,000 baht in return. It's a life-changing amount of money, but Lynn shakes her head. She's tired of all this. She doesn't want to cheat anymore, especially after being publicly humiliated. She apologizes and leaves the hotel. As she walks out, something catches her eye. A row of clocks placed above reception, each showing the time of a different country. Suddenly, a brilliant idea forms in her mind. The international test her friend needs to take will be held at the same time worldwide, but because each country is in a different time zone, some places will get the exam earlier, meaning the questions can be known in advance if someone takes the exam in an earlier time zone. If someone flies to a country like Australia, where the exam starts earlier, they can memorize all the answers. Then they can secretly send the answer key back home before the test begins in Thailand. It's risky, dangerous, and wildly ambitious, but it would work, and the money they could earn from helping so many students would be enormous. But Lynn knows she can't do it alone. They need someone who never forgets anything, someone who can memorize pages of information instantly, someone like Bank. Meanwhile, Bank faces his own problems. A group of boys beat him and dump him on the street, reminding him that doing everything the right way doesn't always protect you. When Lynn and the others approach him with the plan, he initially hesitates, but the idea of helping his struggling family and finally earning money breaks his resistance. He agrees to join. To organize the operation, they gather dozens of students who are desperate to pass the exam. They explain that anyone who wants help must pay. Everyone agrees, forming a massive group. But there's one complication. Inside the exam hall, students are allowed to carry only 4 items: a pencil, an eraser, a passport, and the question paper. Phones are not allowed, so Lynn designs something extraordinary. They will send everyone a special pencil, one that holds the entire answer key. Just like the barcode printed on a real pencil, they will print hidden lines where the thickness of each line represents an answer. The thickest line stands for A, a thick line stands for B, a medium line stands for C, and a thin line stands for D. The order of these lines becomes the complete answer pattern. Every student will hide this barcode on their pencil, making it almost impossible to detect. With everything ready, Lynn and Bank fly to Australia to take the test first. The plan is simple. Finish each section, run to the bathroom during the break, memorize the questions, and send the answers to everyone in Thailand before their exam starts. During the first 2 breaks, everything works perfectly. Lynn and Bank rush into the restroom, send pictures of the barcode answers, and return to their seats without raising suspicion. But when the 3rd break begins, Bank spends longer than usual in the bathroom. The supervisor, who has been noticing his behavior, becomes suspicious. He barges into the restroom just as Bank's phone slips from his hand and crashes onto the floor. Bank is caught. And at the same moment, Lynn is trapped outside the bathroom because other students are inside, blocking her. She can't send the answers. She returns to her seat and sees Bank missing, and panic hits her immediately. But the test's 3rd section is starting, and she still has to get the answers out somehow. The 3rd section of the exam begins, and Lynn sits frozen, trying to keep her breathing steady while fear races through her mind. She knows something terrible has happened to Bank, and without him beside her, the entire plan is falling apart. But the students in Thailand are waiting, hundreds of them. They all need the answers, and Lynn refuses to let everything collapse after coming this far. So she forces herself to focus. She memorizes the answers silently while writing, repeating them inside her mind again and again. When she finishes the section, she intentionally makes herself vomit by pushing the pencil deep into her throat. It's her excuse to rush to the bathroom. She stumbles out of her seat, holding her stomach, telling the supervisor she needs to leave immediately. But this time the rules are strict, and the supervisor is Australian, someone who doesn't bend under pressure. He stops her and tells her she must return to her seat and continue the test. Lynn insists she's sick. He insists she cannot leave. The tension keeps rising. In that moment, she makes a bold decision. She places her phone inside another student's bag, knowing she can't risk being caught with it. Then she returns to the exam room and sees something that breaks her heart. Bank is back, sitting quietly, pale and defeated. The staff already knows the 2 of them attend the same school. That alone makes them suspicious. So Lynn is eventually called in just like Bank. But before she can speak, Bank tells them she wasn't involved, trying to protect her even after everything that happened. Lynn is shocked, confused, and guilty all at once. The exam ends. Lynn returns home to Thailand, where her friend greets her happily. But Lynn can't enjoy anything. She feels the weight of what happened to to bank, the danger they both faced, and the guilt of everything spiraling out of control. She goes home and collapses into her father's arms, crying uncontrollably because this time she knows she crossed the line too far. Days later, she visits Bank's house, but the place shocks her completely. There's a brand new sports bike standing outside, expensive electronics inside, costly items everywhere. Lynn stares in disbelief, and then Bank walks out looking different. He tells her not to worry, everything is fine, he got out of trouble. And all these luxurious things, he bought them using the money he earned from their cheating operation. But then he shows her something else, a news announcement. Another international test is coming soon, one even bigger than before. The demand for help will be massive. The money they could earn would be unimaginable. Bank looks at her with excitement, but Lynn steps back. She tells him no, she doesn't want to do this anymore. They've already hurt too many people, broken too many rules, and almost destroyed their lives. But Bank has changed. He isn't the honest, hard-working boy she once met. The greed has taken root inside him. He threatens her, saying if she doesn't join him, he will expose everything. That she participated in the cheating, that she was his partner, that she is just as guilty. Lynn is stunned. The boy who once believed in honesty is now blackmailing her. She turns around and walks away, refusing to fall deeper into the darkness. And then we see the final scene. Lynn sits quietly in front of an officer in an interview room. Her voice is calm but full of regret. She tells him everything, how she helped students cheat, how she created the finger sign system, how the barcode pencils were made, how she sent the answers across time zones. She tells him everything because she knows this is the only way to finally end it. She is tired, guilty, and ready to face whatever consequence comes next. In that moment, Lynn faces her truth, a brilliant mind used in the wrong direction. And the movie ends right there, with Lynn accepting her mistakes, choosing a harder but cleaner path, and closing the final chapter of a dangerous game she once mastered. Before you go, drop a comment and tell me, what part of this movie shocked you the most, and why? I always enjoy reading your thoughts, and your comments help shape the next videos. Thanks for watching. If you liked the recap, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new breakdown. See you in the next one.